I'd love to say I've got everything ready to go, but quite frankly, that's not entirely true. So we're going to go ahead and get some stuff set up in the meantime. But how the honk are you guys? Blake here for the Little Regret channel. And today we're going to be messing around with some head tracking for iRacing. I don't really have any other profiles set up right now. I know there's a couple other games that can work with it, but for all things considered, I'm kind of more concerned about iRacing than anything else. So I'll primarily be working with this today. All goes well, we'll get into some officials. We'll go ahead and do it that way. But in the meantime, I've got to recalibrate for probably both Beam and for OpenTrack. So I'm using Beam eye tracker for this. And it mainly is set up to do like your eye movements, so it actually does track those. And I can set that up to where it's like looking at what my specific eye inputs are for where it wants to look on screen. But OpenTrack tends to work a lot better with just head motion, and like I can also move my head around in space while still looking at the center of my screen, which kind of tends to be the best way to do head tracking in a simulator, because the screen's not moving in space with my face. Obviously, my face is just moving. So I want to keep my eyes in one place and just sort of like, if you hold a chicken, they're looking at something, you move their body around, their head's gonna kind of gimbal around so they can look at the same thing, since they can't do the same eye motion thing. It's sort of the same thing with your eyes. You keep your head moves, but your eyes kind of stay locked on one fixed point, like looking dead at the camera right now, but my head is moving around. So on and so forth. Anyways, let me go ahead and get this thing calibrated. It's either going or it isn't. It might be that I have OpenTrack running. That might be stopping it. Yeah, that might have been part of the reason why. Well, it was working a second ago. It seems like me trying to calibrate it just about broke it. So I'm going to go ahead and close out iRacing. I was just going to recalibrate because I had to move my camera ever so slightly before I actually got the stream started. Now it seems like me trying to recalibrate it is not working. So, in the meantime, I hope you guys are doing well. Foj, I already see you jumped in the chat while I was getting everything ready to go. I also saw you were streaming quite a bit yesterday, and I thought, yeah, quite a bit yesterday. So how did those races go? Can this thing maybe work? Do I need to close OpenTrack for this to work? Yeah, it seems like it's lost me completely. That little purple dot was supposed to be my eyes, but it's having a tough time. Okay, it's having a slightly better time seeing my face. Okay, I guess it was angled too far down. So yeah, I guess I aimed it too far down when I changed it. It'd be like that sometimes, I guess. Let's go and open track back up. I have the pitch really, really dumbed down. That's for a reason. I don't want pitching super hard on my head. Anyways. I'm also going to turn off this eye overlay. I just wanted to make sure it was working. I think that, yeah, there's a couple of things wrong with it. Can't quite tell when I'm over at the margins of the screen. Mainly because there's something in the way. Know exactly what that something is. I'm just a little bit annoyed. To be honest. Let me fix this really quick. There we go. Open this back up. Open that back up. Fantastic. We're rolling. Let's make sure it works though. So I'm not centered up at all, but it is working. So that's good. All right. And so what you always want to do is you want to have a key to center it back up, which I already have set to where my reset button is on iRacing. So if I'm looking dead center, that's center now. Now the problem is it's just not as smooth as it could be. So I had to play with camera positioning a little bit just to get this thing to work proper. But let's go ahead and give it a try. Yeah, there's several things wrong, but I'm just going to go ahead and get some laps in really quick. It's funny because part of it's almost automatic. Like, I can already tell, like, I'm not really consciously moving my head, but I'm just, like, looking to the apex a little bit, and it's giving me that little bit of assistance I need. Not much, just enough. Like, there, more conscious movement of the head. That's settled. Kind of back to center. Break nice and early. It is not perfect, though. I still have a lot of dialing to do with this. It seems like the main problem that's going on is that it does not have perfect line of sight to my face. But it is working, like, well. The profile seems to be doing what it's supposed to do. And I designed it, because I had actually a previous profile I'd worked out from a long time ago. I have a previous profile where, like, if I move my head more in the center, it's actually not very sensitive at all, but as soon as I get to, like, further extremes, it ramps, starts to look at the side. Same thing there. That one took forever. So yeah, it seems like it's detecting me moving my head to the left a little bit more easily than it is to the right now. Which is somewhat fine. I can see a little bit more of the right side of the car anyway, but let's see. You see my... Okay, it doesn't look terrible on stream. You can kind of see that there's a bit of latency going on there. They're almost correlated. Yo, what's going on? And yeah, no problem setting up that race. Anytime I'm there, that's what I'm there to do. So yeah, this is a trip because now I kind of have this, also the radar on the screen almost acts like a reticle for like where my center point is, which is actually really convenient right about now. And it seems like it's like, okay, is it actually centered up with where I want my eyes to be? Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, there's still like The tracking is not the best. Need to figure this out. Yeah, good CeeLo, family. Also having some pedal trouble. Like if that's fully in on my clutch, that's flat chat. I'm still not getting 100% read. Same thing with the gas pedal. You'll see if you're looking closely down there, it's flickering quite a bit. And even if I kill the brakes, same thing. If you see my head flick to the right very quickly, that's a telltale sign I'm looking at chat. The telltale sign that I'm not focusing on where I should be. So keep that in mind. That's going to become important later, I promise. He's calling the shot before it happens, and that's not a good sign. Alright, so let's fix these teething issues, and then we'll get back out on track, set some reference laps, turn off tracking, and then go from there. Can I get to track eyes instead? The beam software, yes, I can absolutely get to track eyes. And that might be more helpful here. But right now I have it set to just do head tracking. So let me fix the iRacing stuff first before I go any further, because I have forgotten a couple times already.
Move it.
Alright, perfect. That should be fine. Okay. Leave well enough alone there. So you can also see how I have the map set up here. So like when I look to the left, it's like that. When I look to the right, it's like that. And really it's set like the maximum input it can do is 180 degrees, but like I have to turn my head extraordinarily far for it to even get there. So it doesn't scale linear, like it ramps. Like it starts slow and then it kind of ramps up, so on and so forth. When it gets to 125 degrees of head movement, it goes to 180 degrees. Reality. Like the most you'll ever see is like that, 50 degrees or so, which should correlate to about 80-ish degrees, or 50, 75 in real time, because that's the furthest it's ever going to be able to detect my head going. Like, no matter what. I could have it ramp harder, but I don't have a real practical use for being able to look any further out the side mirror. Because 180 is literally like my head is turned around. Yeah, it's seeming like it's having a hard time with pitch tracking too, so I can tell why. It's mainly to do with the camera itself, because I used to run this off of like an iPhone, but lots to do with a lot of things. Alright, so let's save that, see if it has any effect, and start tracking. So yeah, it's working, but it feels very loose. It doesn't feel connected to what my eyes are actually doing. I.e., it's smoothing out that input a lot, which is good, but not great. I think it's more to do with the camera angle than anything else. Like I need to actually recalibrate the camera so it can like better see. Because doing eyes is not really giving me what I want. That's all just my eyes just now. I guess you guys can see my face dead on. You can kind of get a pretty good idea. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing looking to the right. It's more where the camera is at, so I might switch where each webcam is at. So that's at least a little bit more bang on. Now I think I'm looking up a little bit more, which is good. Okay, so let me recalibrate this. We're going to go out for a test drive. Actually, no. I'm going to just do the test drive now. I'll leave tracking off. We're going to get our reference laps, and then we're going to recalibrate it, set it back where it needs to go, and then see if we can get within, let's say, 5%. 5% of whatever that lap is going to be. Which, realistically, it shouldn't be like, oh, can you get within 5%? It should be, can you get it? Like, can you get on the pace, or can you extract more? Can I go 5% faster? Because that's the other thing, is that, like, I don't have a whole lot of practice on this setup. So the goal should be just, can we get more from it? So this is with no tracking whatsoever. Should be able to hopefully get something from it. I also know it added more fuel too, but we'll be fine. We'll do the same pit entry, we won't do anything special. The only thing that would ruin that is if I crash the car, and now that I've said it, I inevitably will, but we're not going to worry about that right now. I'm not going to worry about me overslowing the car on the way into the corner. I'm understanding, though, like, I've had a lot of technical breakthroughs where I'm, like, starting to get a grasp of I have to dare myself to brake a little bit later and carry the brakes deeper into the turn to get to work a little bit better. I've got to be smoother getting back on throttle so I can really get the car to work. And it's, like, not big stuff, it's not revelations, but, you know, just small quality of life changes that will add up over time. So, just going for that. Anyways, tires are coming in. Not quite in. Okay, so obviously we ignore that lap time. Doesn't even show up on my session best lap timer, so it's dead duck. I was messing around with the settings during that time. Okay, broke too deep there. So probably like right on or directly after 150 is what I need. Because getting in the ABS is fine as long as I'm not getting too far in the ABS. So overslowed. Kind of apex early and had to recover it there too. So yeah, you're still seeing some very, very raw and sloppy laps. So 5% faster with open track should be zero big deal. We'll see what the fastest we can do in a 5-lap run is. So this is lap 1, effectively. Since there's nothing on the board. So yeah, I'm just going to have to attack it a little bit more aggressively without pushing too hard, but just getting to where the limits are at. Not the best brake release of my lifetime, but hey, the car stayed steady. Alright, there's our first reference point. 51.607. We know we can go at least 2 seconds faster. Alright, so that was immediately 7/10. Good to know. And, like, I was early on the brakes, too. It was immediately 7.5 tenths early on the brakes. So I was way too deep there. I'm still getting some flickering on the gas, so I need to fix that. Early. Bad exit. Much better that time, though. So we're already 1.4 seconds up at this stage. We're just going to call it 1.4. Hopefully I don't regret that statement. So that GT3, I want to drive that C8R next time I go. Yeah, it's a GT3 car. So I don't know if we have it on Assetto Corsa yet, but this is on iRacing. It's a Z06R, effectively. Deeper. Okay. Yep, and we gained the time. Not as good of an exit. Could have gotten on throttle earlier there, but we gained time there. So yeah, I think we still have the C7 on Assetto. So I need to find like a good C8R, Z06R mod on there. Oh yeah. Oh, and we still got all the track too. Still ruined the exit, but hey. 3/10 is almost 3/10. Let's jump it. Car does not seem to mind the curb as all that much. Less than I expected, at least. Better attitude control, got out of the corner better. Of course, all this against the backdrop that the car is getting more tire temperature as well. I'd imagine that what we want is right around like 180, 190. So front left is around 192 right now. Front right is at 170. So we're getting there. My downshifts are not very crisp right now, though. They're actually rather lacking in sauce. I know we do have a C8R. It's maybe not GT3 or something like a C8R. It's not necessarily GT3 spec though. It's we drove it for the Nürburgring 6-hour race, I want to say. Or yeah, my team drove it at least. I like that car quite a lot. Ah, crap. I've not been paying attention. I think that we've got 2 more laps. That was an ABS all the way down there. That's not necessarily great. Still gained a 10th, just from not being an idiot on the exit. But yeah, we should have, this should be our penultimate lap here, second to last. Way too early, apex too early. Oh, it was all going so well. Just carry what you can, I guess. So yeah, should be able to get into the 48 without too much trouble. We are also on a full fuel load. So I shouldn't be too down on myself. I know what my teammates are doing. I just want a little bit more. That's all this is. That's all this is. This will be the last lap that we run. 49.3 on that. I'm confident we can get the 48. I just haven't put it up yet. Put it up there yet. Let me focus. Pretty sloppy on switching over. I turned in a bit too early, but I made it up on the exit at least. Yeah, just took too much curb there, and then try to save it on throttle. Bad decisions were made. Yeah, it's a shame. Like, just a couple sloppy corners really took all the advantage away from this lap. And even with the sloppy corners, still almost bang on. Big jump there. Big jump there. I'm gonna bring it around to the pit so I can get full fuel, fresh tires, all that. So it's a fair comparison going from one side to the next. Because I had like not just full for the setup fuel, but I had full like completely full tank for this when I started this run, and fresh tires. So I'm gonna do the same when I turn tracking on. Was I speeding in the pits? Yes. Did the stewards need to know that? No.
5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Way too far forward. Alright. Let's go ahead and set up tracking and get all our stuff together.
We're done. Get going.
Yeah, it seems like it seems like it's got a tighter beat on where my head is now. So that's a step in the right direction. Let's see, it's going with open track. I'm gonna leave head and eye tracking on. It almost seems like I need it to be asymmetrical at this stage. Because like I'm looking at the raw data, like, or this is the raw data. I'm looking at the game data, like the output. It does kind of seems a little tighter though, at least. Yeah, I really have it so where like it's not responding as much to me looking up or down. It almost seems like I need it asymmetrical. right. I'll set up the asymmetrical next time around. Let's just go ahead and get our benchmark. Yeah, the eye tracking thing is going to get to me after a while. It's smart, it's intuitive, but it's going to get to me after a while. It's going to make me think I'm crazy. I'm like, why did it randomly start looking over there? Because my eyes are looking over there. I actually like how it has some smoothing on it, but like the fact that it does start going really, really far if I let it. Like that. Like I looked over to the right, and the screen started to naturally look over to the right, and I did that on purpose. But like, before I even realized it, I had driven the car off track. Like that, me driving off track was not intentional. Me looking over to the right was. It was just a very small change, very small difference. That's all it needed. But I can feel it very naturally following what I want to do. Me attempting to look into the corner as a pleb sim racer. And I looked over at chat. I looked over at chat again. That's gonna be the most annoying part for you guys. You'll be like, why is he looking to the right so much? And be like, I'm just trying to keep up. I'm just trying to be a good streamer. Oh, we didn't calculate what 5% would have been. 5% faster. Which, that would be quite a bit. We're at least talking 48s. Oh, that's weird. That's a trippy. That's trippy. Because it felt like I was turning in before I turned in. And like everything they say in racing school about your vision, it's so true. The car naturally does follow exactly where your eyes are. So if you're not careful, you start making broad strokes, whatever, or you're just not being as attentive with where your eyes are going, the car is naturally going to follow that. Which is easier when you have a fixed reference point on screen. So I might actually have it even be a bit more dead on center. And I might make it asymmetrical so it picks up my right side movements a little bit more easily. And then I might actually increase it. Because the other side of this is like, you have looking to apex, which is one thing. Then you have actually looking out the side of the car, like this, like seeing where the other people are at relative to you, like that. And that's important. Anyways, one lap. Not great. I can also reset this at any point while I'm driving, so if I need to, I will. I'm forcing the car too much. Like, every time, I'm forcing the car too much, trying to get it out of the corner. Thinking I can just get on it and this is just going to lock up and take me out. In reality, the car just doesn't have traction. So that's all on me. We also have to acknowledge that the car is on colder tires right now. We're not going to immediately come out and just be on the same pace. But, like... If this is, like... If we stay in that low 50 range, we're doing something right, but... We've already lost all the time between our PB and what that would be in terms of delta. Which means I had to execute near perfect for this one. It's weird, I can also see the motion deflect through my vision. It's a very strange sensation. Yeah, like, I went to go... Yeah, that's a problem. I need to turn eye tracking off, because I went to go look at my... I was looking at my numbers for lap times, and the vision immediately started to follow that, because it noticed I was looking down there. It's like, oh, you're looking down? Let's go out there. And I'm like, no. That's not what I want. I just want to have a quick look. Relative lap time is close, though, so let's just try and improve. Just put a wheel up on the gravel there. Didn't need to be doing all that. It's a mild exit, but it's good enough to stay about even keel. Ah, my GD vision. My eyes, they stink. They don't work. Need to be more mindful of those curbs there. I was looking at the wrong thing there. Broke too late. By all accounts, like, my pace is there, but it should realistically be faster. It's funny, like, that's the thing, my eyes moving around in space is actually making me feel like, it's making me feel crazy. It's actually making me feel crazy, because I feel like the camera's just going places now that I don't want it to, just as I'm trying to, like, get context. Like, there, I feel like I can't nail that one, because I'm always making some sort of correction for going up the curb, and it's not, and it's following that, and so my eyesight gets just thrown. Either that or it's just too much latency. One of both. Yeah, like, this actually makes me feel a little crazy. Let's try and make this last lap count at least. Not this one, the next one. So yeah, I think we need to turn off eye tracking, get a quick reset, and then go from there. So I also feel like going to asymmetrical might actually help, but it might also hurt. So before I do that, I want to just try and turn off eye tracking, see if that does anything for me. The other problem is that if I have eye tracking on, I'm looking at the same place, but I want my head to move in space. It'll do it, but it's also trying to compensate against my eyes being in the same place, I guess. It's a very weird juxtaposition. And, like, if that thing that I want to see, like say the apex, is in my field of view, but I have to look over slightly to look at it, beam catches that, and it starts to compensate, which makes it like, okay, well, I now have to find this reference point again. And it's like, it's almost like a ripple effect. It's a weird ripple effect that ultimately causes me to like have to think way harder than it would be if I was just doing head tracking. So I'm going to definitely switch it back to just head tracking now. See if we can keep this below 49.8. Yeah, and the crazy thing that I have to tell people a lot is like, your vision is everything, but also your vision's going to lie to you and tell you you're going a lot slower than you think you are, or than you really are. You're going to think you're going a lot slower than you really are. Alright, that should be a speeding penalty. By all accounts.
5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Guess not. Anyway. I don't think I need to recalibrate. I think I just need to turn off eye tracking really quick.
We're done. Get going.
That's not what I wanted. So yeah, I can also play around with the responsiveness of it and all of that. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Also turn down the filtering value on there just so it's a little bit less choppy. All right, and then this will be the last test we run with the Corvette. I'm a little past it, a little over it. Okay, this feels workable. This feels right. Matter of fact, I feel like I go with even lower delay or lower smoothing settings. I'll figure that out in a second. So 49.357 is still our benchmark time. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is slightly more natural. Yeah. And like granted, I think there's a lot of filtering going on before. Like it was also filtering what my eyes were doing. And you know, irrespective of what my head was doing, it was filtering what my head was doing relative to the actual input. So like all that before it even made it to open track sort of introduces all these other problems. I don't know, maybe that's a little choppy for you guys, you can let me know. Oh yeah, and when I look at chat, it's not nearly as aggressive now. Because, like, I can just turn my head a little bit and still see what's going on over there. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably going to be the way it goes. And other than missing braking points, I can still get head checks for where people are at, so that's always nice. Oh yeah, on cold tires, I'm keeping up a lot better. I don't feel like I was able to see my way through that corner a ton better. This feels more like I'm getting practice, but I feel like the consistency is finally starting to show up and be there, you know, in a way that I wasn't having on the previous setup, so that's always good. You never say die. Oh yeah, it feels a lot easier to be precise now. Like, I shouldn't be like, oh, I'm so much better, but, like, I'm already within a couple tenths on cold tires. So I'm pretty happy so far. Like, our first lap out is a 49, so I fully expect that to just go up, you know? We'll see. Got the off track there. Don't think I really gained anything, so I'll still call it a good lap. I will if you guys will. We'll see. See, and all that just by, like, not messing that corner up. Still apex too early there. Like, it's all very little things. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, there is more tense in it just by not making those mistakes. And now, guess what? I'm not making those mistakes. I'm not gonna say it's all tracking, but understanding, you know? Hitting the bumper jumper there wasn't exactly the move, but hey, this lap isn't going to be valid anyhow. So who am I to worry about it? It does feel like my wheel's actually slightly askew, which is very interesting. And that's the thing, head tracking should be subtle. Should be one of those things you don't notice. But yeah, there's still so much more I could be doing in terms of track limits and just getting the car to work better. So like I can acknowledge I'm not driving my best laps here today, but just feeling it out, getting a benchmark. It's good. I like it. I feel like I want less filtering, but I also don't want it to be choppy. But I should at least try it with less filtering. See what happens. So am I still just braking too early? Is that the question? Because I feel like the answer is only a couple meters, but yes. There, I broke too late. Do I still have to burn this last tenth? Alright. Ooh, okay, yep.
You'll have to slow down and give up the time gained.
Yeah, just being able to look a little bit. See where you're going on the apex. Makes a lot of difference. I think, yeah, there's a fundamental problem with my vision there. That's what it is. It's not the car. It's not the inputs. It's the vision. It's where I'm looking. It's like I can see what's going on. I just can't really. I don't know how to describe it. How do I describe it? I don't know. Anyways, come up to the end of this test, I think that realistically I should have been able to gain time, and I've not gained time. Just showing me that, like, not quite where I need to be. It was easier for me to get on the pace, the current setting I have now, but it's not quite where I need it. So I'm actually going to try and drop this to like 15% smoothing, and then load in the next car. See if it starts to act erratic or behave weird or anything like that. I think pace-wise this has been very much fine. It's been fine. And I wouldn't say that, again, eye tracking or any of that stuff is going to make you quicker. It's just that it should help you be more consistent. And survey says that it's looking a lot more consistent, but I also do feel like being able to look into the corners even just a little bit should help me be faster. Or not, yeah. But maybe it's more that I'm able to still look through the corners adequately without the vision. And this just makes it easier, which I will argue it does make it easier. Yeah, it was ever so slightly off to the left. Or to the right. But that's neither here nor there right now. Definitely think I want to continue to run like head tracking. I think is really giving me a lot in terms of like what's possible. I forgot there's a quick recalibration feature. I think that like it's sort of just recentering, because open track has a recenter, but I think that what I just did is like to reset all the points for open track. Yep, that's roll bar. Yeah, there we go. That's as good as it's gonna get. Alrighty. My worst enemy, my best friend. This car is really fun, really cool, but I also kind of hate it. Oh, I also have the wrong force feedback settings. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I know exactly what this is. And it's like every time I load in iRacing, it does this crap, and I know exactly why it is. It's just annoying as hell. I was like, why does the steering feel like garbage? And the only reason I have for that is EA. EA is my culprit here. I blame them for everything. I put that blame on everything. What? This was an option the whole freaking time? You know what? Bump me. I guess I was the problem. Who knows? Who cares? All right. Let's get our money. what? I'm used to a different version of the track. Nice slow corner. Cuts back on itself. I have a really good set of references here, so I'm just going to try and drive the car. Nice one. Nice one! Smoked tire. Gotta love it. This doesn't feel very, doesn't feel very, like, notchy, though. I like it. Feels like I can actually look up and see what's going on. If it does get notchy for you guys from a viewing standpoint, just let me know, but, like, I like it. Keep it in second here. I like this. I like this a lot. I've been waiting to add head tracking back to my setup for a long time, and this has been very, very seamless. I think I'm also noticing I favor the left side. It might be partially the car, might be because it's right-hand drive, but like I'm favoring the left side a lot. I don't know why. This just feels way more dangerous. Alright, I'm gonna try and put down one more fast lap after this and then make some more settings changes. And the funny thing is, like, the really messed up part is I feel like I can't see it happening in real time, which is probably the best indicator that it's doing what it's supposed to do. Like, I can see it moving, but I can't really feel like it's working. I feel like, oh, okay, well, I'm just, like, I can move my head a lot, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's working still. But, like, I feel like in real time, I'm not noticing the head tracking, which is probably the best part. And I'm having to ask myself if it's working. Which either means it's too soft on center, or it's working perfectly. So it didn't feel like it was impeding me from putting the car where I wanted it to at all. Felt like it was very coordinated. Okay. Just take some more smoothing out. Oh, that's... Okay, I went the opposite way of what I wanted. Went the opposite way of what I wanted. Never mind. Let's try it. A little higher. Then run it. Okay, it's pretty not smooth now, but it's, like, not awful. It does seem like it's carried away, though. So yeah, I definitely can't run 0. 0 is not the answer. But I could probably run, like, a single-digit number and still be okay. It's like, even with this, it's not as notchy. It's it feels almost like I'll turn my head in one direction and I'll turn the other way to center up, or I'll focus back on what I'm trying to focus on. It almost like bounces almost. It's cool though. Cool that I can make fine adjustments pretty quickly. Alright, yeah. So I think we're getting closer to the final answer is. And try and set like a proper heater of a lap now. Yeah, if I go to properly look at chat, like dead on, you'll see it. I can try and be slick about it, be like, oh, just barely look, but like you can still see it. Yeah, tires aren't falling away at all. They're just, the temperatures have to be managed. And like now that I have the head tracking, having the mirrors on is so much more valuable because I can actually see, I can like use the mirrors to head check and see where someone's at relative to where I'm at. It's huge. Mega. Yeah, and yeah, you have slightly bigger blips. This thing, once you get this car up on the tire, it's not much for it. Steady hand is all you got for it. Let me get one more. I believe. I believe I can do better. There we go. That's money. Just gotta not mess it up. What did I just say? I will say, like, introducing the motion introduces other variables where, like, reference points can change. Focus can shift. Your perception of where the limit is does start to change fundamentally. I still owe myself another one. I'm sorry to keep doing this to you guys.
14.1.
It's not even for all that good of a lap. Anyway. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I do want to make further adjustments, but like it's not like I'm getting a ton better here. It's more just fine tuning. And also, it's my first time doing this with this in a while. I'm gonna have to get used to it over time. Bump this up a little more. But yeah, that should be plenty. Yeah, there's like literally maybe 12 points, like 12. I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess it's degrees. 12 degrees of difference I can do in terms of the pitch map. It's all the range it has. Yeah, ain't much. Ain't much. Anyways, I will not have much more time to do this. But I think we got what we needed out of it. So it's been like an hour and a half. I did want to do like an official race with this too. I might be SOL on that one. I'll let well enough be well enough. I might do some GR Cup. I don't know. mostly want to do production car, but like, should we? I don't know. I personally kind of vote no on that one. If I'm thinking about doing anything, it's probably gonna be one of these three, and then two of them start in 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna do a GR86. Why not? A short race, quick test of how everything works with this car. Make sure it's all copacetic, and then we can just go from there. I'll switch my wheel rim as well really quick. And what I'll do is I'll mute my mic and I'll go into the BRB screen. I'll be back in just a moment. Yeah. I'm on a dry tire. I get it. Anyways, I gotta learn this track real quick, like cat-like reflexes. Ooh, she do be having water on it. I also show off my tracking as well, with some level of intentionality. Not enough, clearly. I do like how you get it and it just works. It doesn't even ask. Like it just works. Maybe even slightly annoying in that regard, but it just works. Oh, there's one other issue I have. So my force feedback's too low. Cool. All right, let's hop to it on this dry tire nonsense. There we go. Now I can feel feelings. We make it look easy. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that fiddly-ass chicane. Gonna come in and put on some wet tires. This is ridiculous. Lots of C's and D's. There's my 2X. If the track dries off quickly, then we need to be ready for it. It's a 15-minute race.
Pit box in 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, I didn't mean to hit that button.
All right, let's get this last race done and out of the way so we can
Goddamn start.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
We expect light rain soon.
Oh yeah, way more confidence inspiring. Oh yeah, you can actually drive on this tire. That's the way it's supposed to go. Isn't it? Da-da-da-da.
Am I fucking retarded? Did this session not start at fucking 10 o'clock?
Nah. 10:15, I think.
Oh, we might be retarded then.
I think it's 10:15, 10:45. I think it's the 15s and the 45s of each hour.
Alright, yeah, so I'm fucking retarded. Thanks, boys.
What is this voice chat?
Nah, it just means you get more practice in. You're gonna beat everybody.
Wishful thinking, brother. Wishful thinking.
You gotta speak it into existence.
Definitely very mixed grip levels across the surface. Yeah, I like this. Ooh, okay. I like this car a little bit more in the multi-class context, but I'll do the one make race. But it's a little hairy in the rain. I'm also realizing that the webcam is like cutting off the top of chat now. And there's a way to change or bring that down a little bit, so I'm going to try and do that soon. Probably so it's like right in the bottom of the mirror.
Excuse me. 0.765.
Papalo Americano. Yeah, and a steady hand goes a long way with this car, with these conditions. Not doing silly stuff like that. But even so, like just by opening up the corner, opening up the radius of the corner, gained a lot of time just because I was not having to force the car as much. Just not fighting it as much. All manner of things.
We expect rain soon.
But yeah, we're getting 50 some odd people registered now. See, I kind of panicked there. My vision just kind of went wherever. Just, where's the grip? Where's the leak, ma'am? Energy. I've been given a great power by being able to look wherever I want. But with great power comes great skibbity. Okay. P3. That's good. So the conditions are like this during the race. We absolutely want to be on the wet tire. The water is pooling down there. You can kind of see it. I just was not driving on account of that. I think we can play this smart, but I think we're also going to be in like one of the upper splits, so we're going to see how this one goes. Let's try Highline here and see how it goes. Highline is way steadier, and it's going to get you a better exit out of the corner. But by... you got to be able to kind of take a little bit there. Like, you're not going to stay high the entire time. You've got to be able to come down a little bit and exit out to the top a little bit. As long as you avoid the water down low. That's the thing, though, is that if you're ever pushing a car in the rain, you're probably wrestling with it. Just because it's so inconsistent. The surface, I mean. And still managed a decent exit. Alright, race should be starting any moment now. I think the other problem is that introducing this is showing me is that, like, looking over very quickly to see what's going on also means that the tracking starts looking over to see what's going on. So, like, there's actually an increased delay anytime I look outside of that zone of where I should be looking. Meaning that, like, if I'm saying, oh, I just want to check and see what time it is, or what happened here, what happened there, it takes longer for me to get my vision back to the track, because when I move my head back to the main screen, I then have to wait for the tracking to catch up to that motion. Tough to say. Anyways, I'll bring it in this lap, because the race is going to start imminently. And I feel like I'm doing a good job. Like, I'm not forcing the car, I'm not over-rotating, I'm not doing the most, so that anytime it does start to step out, I can catch it. Which also tells me I'm leaving too much in it, but, you know. Yes, I know, I was speeding, jeez.
Right here.
Oh, server side, interesting. It's never server side, it's always client side. Oh, God. Alright, and then this will be the last one for the stream. I'll go ahead and shut things down after this one. Seems to be doing good, though. Seems to be doing good. What's the weather looking like? 1, 2, the track is slightly wet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What does that mean? I don't know. Okay, the track is not all that wet, I think.
Car stopped ahead. Go right.
I would say wet enough to be a problem. That's almost exactly what I would say. Anyways, we're the 5 seed. Nice. Get some mud back up on the track. Anyways, remember what Funky T-Bone said. You can't get safety rating, iRating, and content all in one race. At most, you get 2 out of 3. So I don't want content. I don't care for content at all. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry, Twitch. Don't give a crap about content. Just want safety rating. Just want iRating. Just want a quiet race. Also, I have some projects after this. I'm gonna try and take apart my H shifter so I can get it a little bit tighter, and then I'm gonna eventually, probably not today, not tomorrow, not the days after, probably be like next week at some stage. I'll take apart my pedal. Well, not take apart my pedals, but I'm gonna take my pedals off my rig, and then I'm gonna remount them because if I do like a panic stop right now, it will basically lift off the rear will lift off the pedal plate because I don't have it secured in the rear. So I'm going to change that and get it secured in the rear. These are my goals. I want to reset everything I just did, but I don't know how to do that. I will figure that out later. I may have made a grave mistake. The other thing is I'm going to be really tempted to look around and be eyeballing other drivers during all of this, and the key is to not do that. Like, I just want to keep my vision as far forward as possible, as far up the road as I can. Oh, it worked. Thank God. I was genuinely worried. That's okay. I can eat a 1x. Needless on an outlap, but I can eat it.
Green, green, green.
Alright, let's drive a little bit smoother than that, maybe.
Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Could have gone a touch wider than that. I feel like for the banker, we don't really need to. So yeah, this is probably gonna be like a 2 minutes dead lap. I would bet money. Pay no mind. Nothing has happened. Pay no mind.
One more lap. 1.21.
Yeah, not exactly flying there. I could have gone so much better, but the high line was the place to go, and I knew that. I just didn't trust it. Should have trusted it. Wow, I still had a snap there, and I gained literally 5/10. That's insanity. So yeah, still could have gone much quicker. We saw, obviously, 58s are possible in these kind of conditions.
lap to green. Line up on the right side. Pit road is closed. We expect rain soon. You're on a wet tyre.
The problem is mirrors are really kind of the joke here.
1,892. We expect to be fighting for the podium. Half the field is on the grid.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on a dry tire, actually. We're gonna gamble it. I believe the rain is gonna come, but I just... no reason in trying to wait for it. It's like, oh, we're gonna gain it on pit stop.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, go dry.
Only on the left side.
Are you really on dry tires?
I see one guy on dries.
That guy must know something we don't.
Bro, like 2 races ago, I forgot to
Still
change
waiting on
to
two
wet
cars
tires,
on the
and
grid.
I think I lost like 30 seconds, 3 laps.
Oh yeah, dry tires are bad.
I mean, the delta for the drives is like 55, mid 55. So unless he can make up like 2 seconds in the pole, I don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah, no, sometimes the track isn't wet enough, and the drives are actually like 2 seconds quicker. But you lose so much time at the start, it's not worth it.
I mean, it really all depends how quickly he drives as we race.
Racing's going good so far.
Yeah, he's already spun at the wall once and almost twice.
Almost went out on dry tires here.
It's gonna be like a wrecking ball.
Believe the hype, and then I so yeah, just gotta go hit start real quick.
Green, green, green.
But yeah, track is still very much wet, so like we need to just get out there. Capitalize on some carnage. Figure it out.
Right?
You got a slow car on the right. You got a slow car on the right. Go left.
No, don't come over that far, please. So I'm not lifting. Nice and easy.
Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Chaos Central already. So to keep our heads on straight, in both the literal and figurative senses. Yeah, I can't be looking too hard what other people are doing. To be honest, just gotta focus on my race. We are MP14. I think I'm the 5 seed in this round. Okay. Felt the car immediately get a little nervous over that curb. Alright, get back here, buddy. I'm looking over too much at little stuff that's catching my eye. And oh, there's a spin. Don't let it be us. The other nice thing is I still have my look left and right buttons bound, so I don't have to like literally physically look over to look over. I can just keep my face straight if I need to. And honestly, like, I didn't realize how valuable that was until that moment. It's like, okay, I can just head check him. Where was that during qualifying, man? Alright, let's just keep on making up positions. We qualified P7, I believe. And then I was just too indecisive at the start and just missed it. Yeah, I have no real reason like hyper push, especially with the amount of practice I have being kind of on the low side.
Oh, Connor, let's push to the front.
I just need to keep this thing on the road. Because I know how I get when I start 100% pushing. I'm just going to put it in the wall. Can't help just being in VR. Just like that. Just like that. But that's the whole reason you shouldn't be looking over like that mid-race. I shouldn't be looking over, at least. Some people can. I shouldn't be. Yep. That's the nice thing, is that you can have a snap and a half, and the car will just come back to you if you're patient. It's like that old solstice. Anyway, focus forward. We can still see P8. It's nice and gentle on her. These guys are still very much in reach. Got a little under 9 minutes left. Oh, and there's one. He's going for it. I think this is a bad time. Like, I think one of them's going to win in this situation, but I think it's a bad time to try and get in the middle of it. He tries to get him back. Boom. That's ours. This thing does feel quite neutered with traction control on, I will say. You actually get him to rotate quite a bit on the gas if you want it. You turn that off. Like so. Just demonstrating. That was all. That was all it was.
The car in P2, just left the fastest lap, 55.106, clear on the right.
Next time it might not go so nicely.
58.368, you're in the top 10. Right side. Keep to the left. Stay on the left. Stay on the left. Clear. Slow car ahead. Car stopped ahead. Car stopped ahead. Right side. Car stopped ahead. Clear on the right. There's an incident ahead.
Come on, man.
Left side. We're on the right. 3 wide. Clear all around.
Just gotta be patient. Let it come to you. Almost back where we started. And a little over 5 minutes left.
The car in P1, just left the fastest lap. 54.911. Right side, clear on the right. Zero point 536.
Yeah, I don't know if he had a plan coming that far from downtown or if that was a genuine mistake.
The gap is 1.6 seconds.
The irony is I want to ask, like, that guy keeps sending on the final turn, but he was braking super early on the one that I just went through. Yeah, so you got like maybe 2 more laps after this. Yeah, those curbs are slick. You stay up off them.
Blue flags, please, enter.
The car in P1, just left the fastest lap. 54.624.
Thank you.
New fast flat for you.
Just trying to keep my cool for now. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Why do I keep, like, I can never get through my head that the curbs are just too slippery to use. Like, not all of them, but most of them. Like, too slippery. Figure it out. Put it together. Meanwhile...
Last lap.
I have a fight for P8 real quick.
57.537. New fast lap for you.
Is the track drying up? Am I going crazy? I feel like I am. Really on the brakes.
There's the reason why you got disqualified.
And there's a reason why you crashed out, buddy. Not that he was an unclean driver, but like I think he was just pushing a little much. Across the river. It's funny 'cause it's so hard to see because it's literally just the rubbered in part of the asphalt. That's all that is, and it's just slick. Anyways, should have done a little better, but P8 is P8, and positive iRating gain is positive.
There's the flag. It's over. Good job. Very good job.
I think we probably gained safety rating too. And honestly, not a bad racer content. We didn't get all 3, but I'd say we got about like 2 1/4. You guys let me know if you agree or disagree. I don't know. But yeah, it was an interesting one. D-class TR86. There's always something going on. Always something. Oh, that's what I wasn't trying. The pace car doesn't have a relative box for obvious reasons. Yeah, fun race that. Fun race. Yeah, I'm genuinely pleased with that one. Like, that could have gone any number of times worse. And, like, granted, still, I effed up qualifying. Okay, so I did lose safety rating. But, gained iRating. Top split. Should have, you know, like, easily should have finished better, but take what I can get. I'm gonna be real, like, the only reason I lost a significant amount of iRating, or iRating, safety rating, is because that guy rear-ended me. Like, that's it. So, yeah, you just gotta figure those out. You do eventually. Anyways, that's gonna be my time. So, appreciate you guys showing up. Appreciate you guys being in and around. Let me go ahead and see if I can find someone to raid real quick, like. These are the questions. Because sometimes it does not work if I do it from Stream Manager. But I'm glad that this went the way it should have. Let's see, we got L's, we got Tism. Yeah, it's freaking raid Tism, that's a dude. Well, Eddie's doing iRacing too. Yeah, I'll raid Eddie. If this works. Keyword, if this works. But what are we going to say to him? Make sure to say Franz or Mon to our boy Eddie, because he's racing at the Nürburgring, so you got to tell him the Franz is coming. Big Franz energy. Big Franz energy, that's it. That's what we're doing here. I call bullshit. I call bullshit, Twitch. Anyways, let me go ahead and try that again. Boom, there we go. All right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. Hope you've had a great time. Hope that you do have a great time with GT Eddie. And again, remember, tell him Big Franz energy. Big Franz energy. 3, 2, 1, go. And for those of you guys on YouTube, take care. See you later, mate. I can't see exactly who that is. My freaking screen is too white. Jaron, thank you so much. You guys have a good one. Take care.